Hey, it's Spence, the evil genius.
Oh, yeah, baby. We're here live. It's Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. It's almost the end of the year. That's hard to believe. Today, I've got a great show with me and Fernando. Today is just a quick update on a project that I'm working on that involves live to the screen immediately. This involves a client agency, an agency client of mine, Antonia and Irina. And one of the things that we built is something that I'm for sure going to be turning into a full solution because it's so clever. Here's the deal. They have an organization that's doing a community and some education for business students. And they wanted to be able to have a live chat that had the capability of both using the internet resources as well as the local context. For example, the coursework or the training or the other stuff that's coming from the site owners, the ones providing the education. And so here's an example of a solution that I built today. I'm really pretty excited about. I've got Fernando's cousin. I don't know who is, I got to ask her. I think I asked him before if this is Francisco. I forgot what was the name that I gave to you. I got to start using the Sopranos names because I have so many dudes working for me now. I don't remember all of their names. I don't know if he'll remember his name. I think I want to say it was Francesco, but let me see if he remembers. In any event, here's what the solution does, which is more important. Claude, okay, or dude. Well, say let be dude. Here's where it works. This is set up on the back end with the configuration that I'm happy to show you here. It's called the UBR Coach, and the settings allow it to connect to OpenRouter and SERP so that you can use any AI model you want. I like Claude Sonnet 4.5, but you can use one of the other models as well. There's also a system prompt. I'm enabling this to allow for connection to the internet for up-to-date information, as well as it'll be able to use information from the site itself. And it's really clever because it also has the all conversations, which I'm going to come to in a second. This is where anything from any student can be repurposed. When a person logs in as a student or as a user, they can ask questions about business. So, for example, if I'm a sole proprietor of a business in Illinois, what are the extra taxes that I would pay both at a state and federal level? Now, you can have a conversation, again, using voice or typing. The conversation goes back and forth using, again, an API connection to Sonnet 4.5. And then this conversation goes on almost as if you were using it like at the desktop level. Here, federal taxes, Illinois state taxes, and you can ask follow-up questions like, what if I had a business and I bought a depreciable asset? Could I then use that to offset some of the taxes? Tell me how that would work. I'm just making stuff up about the questions. So you have this conversation, again, based upon the actual information or based upon external information. When it's done, and this is the important part, I'm going to wait for this answer. You can save it. So for example, here, you can use depreciation of business access under section 179 and so forth. Now let's say I want to save this. I'm going to say business chat 12.9 about business taxes. Save. It creates a custom entry for that conversation, which is super cool because let's say I go away and I come back later. When I log in, just like as if I had authored blog posts, these conversations will be associated to me. And I can just simply reload the conversation and continue talking about it from here. So I could be like, what kind of things can I buy that are depreciable assets, for example, as a business? Could I buy another business or a building or a car or a truck? What can I do? And so the idea is you can have an endless library of information that is both about the site content, the community, if we set it up like that, the internet. And then it's not only saved here for me to use as the user, but when, very good answers, by the way, I have to note these, save again, right? Now, if I go back over here and notice, by the way, it scrolls so I can, see all the stuff that I've done. If I go back over here and I refresh it, the owner of the site or the administrator of the site is going to have all this context. And this context is very useful because this can be used by an LLM, by an MCP to later connect and repurpose. Like, for example, this could be made into new coursework or new lessons, or it could be shared on a blog post or whatever. When we look inside of this, you will see that it's stored into the standard classic blog post for Gutenberg. But this information could be very easily taken out and used elsewhere, even in as-is condition. Whether you use it inside of a site or even if you went out to another one, like if you went to Perplexity or that is unfortunate. I don't know if I'm still live on the same stream, which would be amazing. That was Microsoft OneDrive took me down hard. I don't know if this is still live, so we'll find out. Hello. MS OneDrive took me down. All right, I'm launching again. Anyway, where was I? It's like I went through a time portal. Let's get a cursor back up here. While cursor's doing that, what I was going to say was that you could take this content and go to something like a Perplexity. Anything. It doesn't make a difference. Oh, Microsoft, you naughty lass. And you can put this in and say something like, oh, my microphone is off. My microphone click to talk button. Having just one of those days, I guess, right? Come on, click to talk. You can do it. Let's see if whisper type will work. I don't hear the clicking. Last try. Here we go. Ready? All right. I was just having a conversation I am literally shocked that this is still. I am shocked. Well, guess what, guys? It didn't kill me. It just made me stronger. Thanks, Microsoft OneDrive. Thank you for taking my entire system down. Anyway, let's see if this is actually going. I can't believe this is still alive 15 minutes in. So it's basically worthless. And there seems to be, there was people here. So I'm going to end this stream and start over.